beautiful day, a little different than Monday's weather with some snow covering on the ground, but a beautiful day to celebrate the Corry area primary school for becoming a Blue Zones approved school, Blue Zones project approved school. So to become a Blue Zones project approved school, basically you need to have in place 2/3 of almost 40 evidence-based best practices listed in our school pledge that support student well-being. And all of these best practices are modeled off the Blue Zone's Power 9 lifestyle principles. And if I put that into 4 categories, we're talking about moving naturally, eating wisely, having the right outlook in life, and fostering those important social connections. And all these best practices are designed to help create a school environment to make healthy choices easier. So I would like to start off by highlighting some of these best practices, many of which were already in place before Blue Zones, and then talk about some of the best practices that were newly adopted. So I do like to always say, early on in the conversations, I can remember sitting down, with Superintendent Yetzer, Dan Domner, Director of Elementary, and just learning more about the school district. And it was just amazing to learn all the best practices already in place that support student well-being. They do a great job. I'll highlight a few of those best practices. One that's really important is having a wellness committee and a wellness policy for the school district. And we know through a survey that the teachers here incorporate on their own physical activity, nutrition education, mindfulness into their lesson plan, into the classroom. They do that automatically. They know how important it is for student well-being. There's a food service provider here called Nutrition Inc. They do an amazing job of promoting and serving fresh fruits and vegetables and promoting whole grains and all healthy foods. And they do activities such as Wellness Wednesdays and Go for the Greens. So they too prioritize well-being with the students. There's a second grade teacher here, Mrs. Bloser, who on an annual basis around Veterans Day has her students reach out to family members who have served our country, and they honor them for a day, and these veterans just talk about the service. And so it's just a way for the students to connect to the older adults, and again, fostering those social connections. And the primary school here, if you walked inside, I'm not sure if they're up right now during COVID or not, but I know they have some sensory hallway decals. So it's the idea to make moving fun for kids. So if they need a break, there's some fun ways to move around in the school. So those are some of the best practices they already had in place prior to Blue Zones. So what are some of the new ones? And I'm really excited about this. So they developed a well-being youth ambassador group. They're called the Beaver Blue Crew. And over here we have a couple representatives from the Blue Zone School Committee. We have Jody Healthfast and Erica Bale. And I know Jody from day one always kept saying, we need a blue crew, we need a blue crew, we need a blue crew. Blue crew came. And thank you to Erica Bale, who teaches second grade. It's her second grade class, who is our Beaver Blue Crew. And what they're going to do is just meet monthly and using those Power 9 lifestyle principles, talk about a healthy topic every month, and to relay to their fellow students what they discussed and to educate their fellow students. They created here, you can see the Beaver Blue Crew board, which is in the hallway for everyone to see. So this is going to be their way of communicating healthy behaviors to their fellow students. So very excited for Erica to take on that and lead the Beaver Blue Crew. Thank you to our sponsors. Today we have from Highmark, Nina Ferraro. Our other sponsors are UPMC and Corry Memorial Hospital from LECOM. Thanks to them, we are able to purchase some herb gardens to be incorporated into the classroom that teachers can use as they see fit to teach kids about the learning process of growing healthy foods. And it incorporates into the classroom. So in total, I believe there's about a total of 5 herb gardens that are being used in the Corry area primary school here. We have also, again, fostering the social connections. The entire second grade class is taking on a new initiative, and they are making cards for senior residents in the area. And so the idea is in the fall, winter, and spring to create some cards and send some cheer along the way to these people who live in these long-term resident homes, especially during these times right now. I'm sure everyone can use an extra smile. And lastly, one other best practice I want to highlight is something called Walking Wednesdays. They started that last spring, the Corry area primary school. And basically once a month they get the kids together right at the start of school, and they walk around the circular hallway here inside. And basically they walk up for about 20 minutes prior to the start of school. I got to witness that, and it was just a lot of fun. Sometimes you see girls, walking, holding hands, and they're all giggling and talking. So great way to get exercise, but yet they're having fun because they're walking with their peers. So hopefully when things resume a little bit back to normal, they can resume the walking Wednesdays, but really excited about that new best practice. So we know how important it is to instill good, healthy habits at a young age. It helps give these kids energy throughout the day. It helps them develop self-confidence and wake up with a positive attitude. And we know that it helps them develop healthy, lifelong behaviors so they can age well. And we know from research that there's a strong connection between healthy behaviors and academic performance, attendance rates, and graduation rates. So again, today I'm happy to be honoring the Corry Area Primary School for supporting student well-being. So with that said, I just would like to make a few introductions, and then I'd like to welcome them to say a few words. With us today, we do have County Executive Kathy Dahlkamper. We have the Corry Area School District President, Doris Brnovich. Right over here is the School District Superintendent, Sherry Yetzer, Mayor Mitchell. I already introduced Jody Halifax and Erica Bale over here. We also have over here Teresa Pierce, who is our principal, and our assistant principal, Melissa Newford. Director of Elementary Education is Mr. Dan Dom, and as I mentioned earlier, Nina Farrow from Highmark. So again, thank you all for being here, and I would like to just present a certificate and ask the school district to say a few words, whoever would like to represent the school district. So we can do the official elbow bump, and I'll present you the certificate. So thank you very much, and I'll do the proper thing here, wipe down. And so again, this Mr. Dan Don.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the district, when this opportunity first came to us, we really didn't know a whole lot about it. And so through time and meetings and so forth, really learned that it's really all, for us, it's all about benefiting kids. And that's our goal every day, is to benefit kids educationally. And this is certainly a form of education that we are instilling in our kids, that hopefully once they move on to middle school and high school and then into college and so forth and into their chosen careers, they take some of these lifestyles and behaviors and habits and live a long, healthy life. Thank you.
Kathy, would you like to say a few words? Inspiring, you're always inspiring.
Thank you, Jennifer. Well, congratulations to the Corry School District, the entire school district, but particularly to this school, the elementary school. You know, I'm a dietitian by training. A lot of people maybe don't know that, but I know that when you can instill good habits in children early, it does lead to that lifetime of healthy living. And Blue Zones has to be commended, the team here. First, we had the Blue Zone businesses opening, now we have the Blue Zone grocery store, and now we have the Blue Zone certified school. So Corry has taken this Blue Zone effort very seriously. You are a great example to the rest of the county. I really want to get Blue Zones into all the school districts in Erie County, and Corry will be a great example of how it can be done. So thank you for your work. You are the leaders when it comes to this, and I just really appreciate all of the work everyone has done to get to this point. Thank you.
Welcome all of you to Corry. We appreciate you being here. I spent 30 years in the Corry School District, and I'm very proud of it. I get very upset when people say, well, we don't want to come to Corry, the schools, whatever. You know, we produce doctors, lawyers. My son-in-law is one of the top endodontists in the United States and has been recognized. And he lived right up the street and went to this school in the old school. We produce tremendous results here if the students want to learn and want to progress. And that's the key. And right now we're struggling in Corry. We're actually almost 200 workers down that we could attract industry. Actually, our industries are kind of saying, don't go out too aggressively because we're trying to keep our workers. And this isn't the COVID. This happened before. The reason I bring this up is these schools are the key to our future in Corry. And these schools have to teach our kids the work ethic, good healthy habits, and community lifestyles. And I think in Corry we have a treasure here in our schools. I have always appreciated it, and it's one of those things that it's the real one of the legs of the community. So congratulations to the superintendent, to Dan, and to the staff for all the hard work you've done to get the Blue Zones up. It will pay off in the long run. And we are, like the schools, building Corry for the future. And you are the future. Thank you very much.
All right, so I think all we have left now is a big congratulations again to the Corry Primary School. We're going to do the official ribbon cutting ceremony, and that'll conclude today's ceremony. So if I could have a couple people maybe kind of hold the ribbon here, and I think maybe Erica, Jody, if you want to put the sign down to the official cutting, we'd love to have you cut for all the hard work you've done.